Yeah, it's our time to shine. Show that's the kind of state of mind you gotta combine with hard work and time. You gotta climb to the top. Don't let yourself drop till your heart stops. Let this beat rock. Got a new clock and a new stock for this new rock. Just let your mind loose from the new stock. Drunk off the goose, yeah. Thinking that I'm too pop. Getting caught with a few thoughts cause I'm too lost. Off the speakers can't even handle me. Give it what I got, nobody's gonna drain my energy. And I will never stop, I'm motivated by enemies. Setting up shop so everybody remember me. And no, I am not going through life regretfully. I'd rather work non-stop, what they call incessantly, than work some odd job just to live life pleasantly. Already got lost in my mind, not a fantasy, I'm getting in. Forgotten souls, so stop, drop, and roll. You lost all control and pop off your ball. I got squat, I fall, I'm not bought, I'm sold. My stock rocks, it's gold. Hey, knock, knock, she holding shit, talk to close. I ain't stopping though, it's hip-hop, you know. Or is it rock and roll? I'm not dropping down, no, my pocket's grown. You can't stop the show, so get rockin' on. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't here to make friends. Yeah. I ain't never slowing down, keep on going till I'm down. No, I'm never slowing down, cause we're blowing up now. I ain't never slowing down, keep on going till I'm down. No, I'm never slowing down, cause we're blowing up. Hard words like a weapon, attack with no questions. In my own section and they still disconnected, cause their mind's been infected and they're filled with objection. Too filled for recollection, so we're losing all attention. They don't know I'm in contention, cause I'm gaining their attention. Cause I'm making a connection, lyricism and aggression got me feeling my ascension. In my passion, my profession, I'm attacking my obsession. Taking action and progressing, I go off on the enemy, that's what makes them scared of me. Make my plans carefully, then execute them daringly. They say I act recklessly, but that's why I'm effective. See, you can't predict my tendencies, I offer no transparency. Some people think I'm lost, others think I'll be a legend. I'm never gonna stop till I'm one above second. And my thoughts at the top, but my mind stay present. Don't let your dreams stop, cause dreaming is a blessing. They tell me all the same, told me I won't make a name. But it's not about the fame, it's about keeping me sane. So I stay within my lane, feel my blood pump through my veins. Feel adrenaline, no pain, welcome all to my domain. Yeah. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. I'm taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you.
Hey, beautiful people. I'm just going to bring up the beautiful MacJay. How are we all today? Hi, Julie. Hi, Jody. How are you all? Glad you made it back, Jody. I don't know if MacJay's issue was going to take her. Okay, she'll come back. So today we're doing our third one on Savannah. So I'm just going to quickly go over it, and then we do have a presentation for today. Here she is. You're back. Okay.
Facebook again.
That's all right. Same as last week. If you drop off, I'll just bring you back up when you come back up. Hi, New Orleans lady. How are you? So just quickly going over it. Savannah and Matthew went missing. They were reported missing on the 22nd of December, but police think that they actually passed or lost their lives on December 21st, just before midnight. Savannah missed her appointment to be induced on December 23rd. She was 41 weeks pregnant. The vehicle was found on December 27th. December 28th was when we got the surveillance of the two cars, what was believed to be Matthew's car and now the father, Raymond. Christopher's the son, isn't he? Raymond's okay.
Yes.
Yep. And then January 3rd was when they both got arrested. And I think it was like 2 days ago, so about the 10th or the 11th, when mum / stepmom, I don't know, I've heard both stories. I think it's mum was arrested. So,
Well, the way I heard it is that she's the mother to Christopher, but the stepmom to Christopher's older brother.
okay.
Yeah.
But it's strange because if you go by what I was saying, the neighbour that was talking, he said that Dad had another girlfriend. So I don't know. It's... yeah. So I'm just going to bring up our presentation. I thought it was perfect. Dumb, Dumber, and Dumbest. So here are the three that have been arrested now that Mum's put in. MacJay just messaged me just before we went to go live and said there's now apparently a fourth person coming on. I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out as more goes along.
The fourth person is just speculation, rumor at the moment.
Okay.
Just wanted to say that.
The Facebook groups are starting to bring it. As I said, I'm sure within the next 24 to 48 hours, we will know more. Now, I know these affidavits are small. I've tried to get them as big as I can, but I'm going to read through them anyway because I have them on my computer. So this is the affidavit or arrest warrant for Christopher. It says that the victim of this case has been identified as Savannah Soto. I'm not going to go into looking at the middle names, but I just want to leave it at that. It's on there anyway, and these affidavits are easy to get as well. Her date of birth was August 2025, hereby referred to as victim 1. And a victim in this case has been identified as Matthew, date of birth October 2001, hereby referred to as victim 2. That's scary. My son was born in 2000, so he was only a year younger than my son. An actor of this case has been identified as Christopher. How do you pronounce the last name?
Guerra, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know how to pronounce.
Date of birth was. Yeah, I can't pronounce it either. Every time I hear it on the live, that's how you pronounce it, and then I forget it as soon as it's over. So that was September 7th, 2004, was hereby referred to as the defendant. Said defendant is further identified in SAPD computer file under SID 1191061. It is on behalf of your affidavit the offence of PC 19.03 capital murder, multiple persons, was committed on or about the 21st of December 2003 in Baxter County, Texas. Your affidavit has probable cause for said belief by reason of the following facts. See, basically this is what. Now we've got to remember this is just what Christopher's saying. I'm not saying that this is genuinely true because I do believe that the police don't believe his timeline of events, and after we get into it, we'll discuss what we think is different or why we don't believe what he's saying. But here's his affidavit. On December 23rd, 2023, Leon Valley Police received a call for a missing person report. Family of the missing person stated that she was supposed to be induced for her pregnancy and did not show up for the appointment. The family advised that they had not been able to get a hold of the female and started she was not answering her phone. A check of the hospitals was conducted by the family, and it was found that the female was not at any of the hospitals. It was found that the female lived with her boyfriend. However, the family of the boyfriend advised that they were not able to get in touch with him as well. The female was entered in as a missing person by Leon Valley. Further investigation found that the female and her boyfriend were not responding to any phone calls, and their whereabouts was unknown. Media broadcast on the news the story of the missing female and her boyfriend in the media. The boyfriend's car description was broadcasted in the media and was said to be a 2013 grey Kia Optima. On December 26, 2023, a resident of 903 Denny K Drive messaged the family of the female and advised them that they believed the vehicle was parked at 5903 Denny K Drive. The family contacted Leon Valley and drove to the location. Upon Leon Valley Police arrival at the location, Leon Valley Police observed the vehicle. Inside of the vehicle was a deceased pregnant female in the front seat and a deceased male in the back of the vehicle. So that's our first page.
Yep.
This is our second one. Hi, beautiful Kaz. How are you, my darling? Antonio police were contacted, and your offendant made the location. Upon arrival to the location, your offendant observed the vehicle. The vehicle was a 2013 Kia Optima with a Texas license plate of TRC 9447. Your affidavit checked. Oh, your offendant. Sorry, I keep saying affidavit. Your offendant checked the VIN number, and the VIN number was the same as the VIN number that was broadcasted on the news for the missing couple. A check of the information through NCIC or TCIC showed the vehicle belonged to the boyfriend of the female. The offender observed the front right passenger side of the vehicle. Your offendant observed a deceased pregnant woman inside the front passenger seat. Due to your offendant's knowledge of the female on a previous case from 2022, your offendant recognized the female to be that of the missing female. The female appeared to have trauma to her head. Your offendant then observed the back seat of the vehicle. Your offendant observed passed away male in the back seat of the vehicle. The male resembled the boyfriend of the female. The male had an apparent wound to his head. It appeared that the male had been dragged into the vehicle, and your offendant did not observe any weapons near the male. A search warrant was requested so entry into the vehicle could be conducted. While waiting for the search warrant, your offendant spoke to the families of the female and the male. It was found that the boyfriend to the female sold narcotics and would use his phone through cellular communication as well as social media to sell the narcotics. It was also advised that the boyfriend would post money and narcotics on his Instagram. It was stated that people wanted to rob the boyfriend, and it was stated that the boyfriend had been shot at before. The family provided your offendant with the phone number of the female. The female of the male provided your offendant with his phone number as well as his Instagram. When the search warrant arrived at the location, a search of the vehicle was conducted, and I can say that took forever. When they were standing there. The search found spent shell casings in the vehicle. However, there was no weapon recovered in the vehicle. There was an apparent blood transfer on the outside of the vehicle that was not considered with the boyfriend causing harm to the female. Both the female and the male had gunshot wounds to the heads. Trigger warning, everybody. And the male also apparent drag marks on his back. It was believed that the female and the male was passed at a different location and the vehicle was driven to the recovery location. During further investigation, your offendant found video surveillance at 5903 Denny K. The video surveillance found that on December 21st, 2023, around 23:59 hours, a Chevrolet Silverado grey driving with its lights off from the vehicle recovery location. Silverado pulled Silverado. What a thing. Okay. Pulled into the middle of the back of the parking and parked their vehicle. The victim's vehicle could be seen approaching the Chevrolet. The victim's vehicle parked next to the Silverado. A heavy-set male exited the Silverado and the driver's seat of the door of the victim's driver. The heavy-set male then got a towel from his vehicle and appears to wipe down the side of the victim's vehicle door where he had touched the vehicle. The driver of the vehicle exited the vehicle for a brief moment and then sat back in the driver's seat. The driver did not match the description of female victim or the male victim. The Hispanic male got back into his vehicle. The victim's vehicle was drove behind the building where the vehicle was found on December 26, 2023. The Silverado followed the victim's vehicle. Approximately 3 minutes later, the Silverado was observed leaving from behind the building where the victim's vehicle was found. The victim's vehicle did not leave this location. It was believed that the victims were already deceased in the vehicle at the time of the video observation. It is believed the unknown driver and the heavy-set male observed parked the victim's vehicle at the location in an effort to hide the vehicle. On January 2nd, 2024, your affidavit provided one of the victim's cell phones to DOXING at the Technical Investigations Unit. On January 3rd, 2024, the affidavit received the phone downloaded from Detective Knox. Your affidavit found the victim had recently searched the streets of Charlie Chang Drive due to your offendant's knowledge of the crime scene area. Your offendant was aware of the Charlie Chang Drive and was a couple of blocks away. So go to the third page. So a couple blocks away from the victim's vehicle recovery location. Now, I did show that in the last live. I think it was a 4-minute drive. I had a little map that I showed from where the house was to where they dropped the car off.
Yeah.
Your offendant was able to discover the victim's vehicle pinged near Charlie Chang Drive and Cary Grant Drive around 23:50 hours on the night that they went missing. The vehicle did not start moving again, and this is where I really think. So you got to think 10 to midnight is when they pinged there. The vehicle did not move again until around 23:54 hours. So we're talking 4 minutes. Vehicle then traveled to 5903 Denny K Drive, where the victims and the vehicle were discovered on December 26, 2023. I'm just going to have a break there. So, do you mean this is my thing? Whatever happened, we know the car pinged at 10 to midnight, and then the car moved again at 6 minutes to night. So we're looking at a 4-minute interaction.
Yeah,
For something not to be planned and it all happen in 4 minutes is, yeah. Your offendant conducted a computer research and was able to locate a vehicle that looked identical to the suspect's vehicle seen on the camera and with the victim's vehicle. So that was the Silverado that was next to, like in the surveillance video.
Oh,
Your offendant did research on the owner of the vehicle and found the owner of the vehicle matched the description of the male that exited the vehicle on the camera. Homicide detectives went to the vehicle location listed above and found the listed vehicle at the location. While at the residence of Charlie Chang, a person identified as Raymond Pidico, I can't say their last name.
Picardo?
Picardo, yeah. Reportedly knowing why SAPD was at the residence, Raymond informed SAPD detectives to speak with his son, identified as Christopher. Raymond and Christopher were transported to SAPD homicide to speak with your offendant, while additional SAPD detectives searched the residence of Charlie Chang Drive under the authority of a search warrant. Your offendant spoke with Raymond after Raymond was read his Miranda warnings. Raymond admitted to driving the Chevrolet Silverado to 5903 Denny K Drive, where he met Christopher. Raymond identified himself on the surveillance video at 5903 Denny K Drive as the person observed exiting the Silverado. Raymond reported meeting Christopher at the apartment complex, who was driving another vehicle. This vehicle, the vehicle in which Matthew and Savannah were found, passed away in. Raymond admitted to assisting Christopher at 5903 Denny K Drive. Raymond knowingly treated the human corpse of Matthew and Savannah and the unborn child of Savannah, named Fabian, in an offensive manner by leaving them in an abandoned vehicle. Your offendant then spoke with Christopher. Christopher was read his Miranda warnings. Christopher reported Matthew and Savannah drove to his residence on Charlie Chang Drive to sell Christopher marijuana. Christopher went on to provide a version of events that were inconsistent with the evidence collected at the scene from the victim's recovered vehicle. Christopher claimed that the male victim pointed a weapon at him and Christopher was able to manipulate the weapon, resulting in the female being shot. Christopher then stated that the weapon pointed at him again and he manipulated the weapon again, resulting in the male victim being shot. Christopher's statement is inconsistent with the gunshot wound suffered by Matthew and Savannah and the evidence located at the crime scene. Christopher intentionally discharged a firearm at Savannah and Matthew with the intent of causing them to pass away. The actions of Christopher resulted in the passing of Matthew and Savannah's unborn child, Fabian. Your offendant has reason to believe and does believe the said defendant, Christopher, on or about the 21st day of December 2023 in Baker County, Texas, initially caused the passing of multiple people. in violation of Section 1903 of the Penal Code of the state of Texas. So there's only one more page. What was the signing?
Yep.
So that's basically, now as we know and as we were told, when Christopher got in there, he didn't shut up. He was very talkative with the law enforcement and telling his side of the story. As they said in there, it's not consistent. Now, we do know that Matthew and Savannah both passed away with the gunshot wound just under their right ear.
Yes.
And this is my theory. Do you mean, as I said, it's just my theory, but it's something that I keep thinking about. 4 minutes is the time frame we're talking. Now,
yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Oh, keep going. Yeah.
So 4 minutes is the time frame we're talking in. Now, it seems pretty weird even if it was a deal for whatever. Do you know what I mean? That's regardless. You got to think Matthew would pull up. Would he really pull up and pull a gun on Christopher that quick that Christopher could manipulate it to shoot Savannah where her wound was? And then within seconds, like Matthew will react to her passing, because that would have been a big thing. Do you know what I mean? That's his girlfriend or wife to be carrying his child, that he would again just pull the gun again on him, and that Christopher could manipulate the situation again to get Matthew in the same spot. Do you mean it just doesn't add up?
No, it doesn't. And
for it all to happen in a 4 minute window is just crazy, if you ask me.
Yeah, he's full of it. I mean, that also the gunshot, if it was manipulating, as he said, then it's more likely the gunshot's wounds would be in different places, not in this execution style in the same place under the ear.
Yep. That's my thing. Now, this was the signing of the affidavit. I don't know if you can see it in chat, but I just want to bring attention to the date that was put on this, and I am really hoping that this doesn't throw anything out with the case, because it's actually dated the 3rd of January, 2023, and we're in 24. I've seen cases thrown up for a lot less.
That's true.
But yeah, this is actually dated.
What is it with Christopher's talking too much in true crime cases? This Christopher and Chris Watts just blurting everything out. I don't know.
Yeah. And things that, do you mean, as I said, I don't think that's what happened. I would love to know what happened, but I don't think he manipulated to get that gun. And we've got to remember too, at the time, we didn't know whose gun it was. We didn't know if it was Matt's gun, because Matthew's gun was missing. But we did find out a couple of days ago that it wasn't. It was Mum's gun. So that even puts more into it. Do you mean, why would Matthew be pointing Christopher's mum's gun at Christopher?
Yeah, there's so much with that new information. I'm just like, the mother's gun, man. This could be more than just a drug deal gone bad, because it's the mother's gun.
Kaz said that she doesn't believe that Matthew had his job. I don't either, because, do you know what I mean? By the sound of it, it was just a regular deal. I think being so close to having to go in, because we've got to also remember, Savannah was due in hospital at 6:30 the next morning. So this happened 6.5 hours prior to Savannah going into hospital. I think they would have had a lot more on their mind at the time. And sadly, I just think they were caught off guard. with it.
Yep.
So moving on. So this is the warrant of arrest for Christopher. It's just got his address there. Do you know what I mean? The date. Again, this one is dated January 2023. I don't know how they could make a mistake like that. Do you know what I mean? It was the first thing I noticed when I looked at these. So this is just another one of the little slips. And this one doesn't even have a date on it. It's just got the state of Texas, first Christopher on September 7th. Yeah, so that was just another slip that was given. The next one. So these are just, do you know what I mean? They're charges. So the first one is Raymond's, and these ones they were charged with at the start. So there has been more added on, I believe. But at the start, It was just the abuse of a corpse and altering or concealing a human corpse for Raymond. And then Christopher's was abuse of a corpse. The concealing that they've got here. But also know that there's also the capital murder for Christopher. Okay, so the next one, this is Mum. She was arrested. I'm just looking, does it have a date on here? I can't see a date. But anyway, I'll let this play. So this is Mum doing her perp walk. And then we have the officer doing her talk about it as well. I'm just going to turn my camera off while this plays. Actually, I'll let it play. Before we finish, I want to drop the membership thing again. Give out some more memberships while we're here. This one was off the San Antonio page as well. Seems like it takes them forever to come out of the door.
Oh, yeah. Is it as long as the one with Chris and his dad? It was like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I remember when I was sitting in, I think it was allegedly with Brittany's chat, and it just took forever. Every officer that came down were like, is that them? Is that them?
I think that's them coming now.
Yeah. See if I can turn it up.
Different card. Different card.
Did they take you to the wrong car?
I think so, yes. I'd have to watch it in higher quality.
I do like how they do the perp walk, though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not all safe. In Australia, they'll just hide you out the back door and let you go through a secret way where no one could see you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Even in the courtrooms, they do.
Mm-hmm.
Julie's got a question.
No.
What did
tampering with evidence. I'm going to go through her affidavit as well, but it was tampering with evidence, and I think there was another charge
Hi, how are you?
put down as
Yeah,
well.
yes. There was
Hi,
a
how are you?
second,
Because she,
second
Good.
charge. I sent it just last night to you.
yeah, I've got it at the end. So we have two affidavits for Mum. The first one came out the day she spoke of this, and then the one that MacJay sent me last night or this morning. She was the third person, as far as we know, that was in the Silverado. So she's the one that we seen pass the towel out. But we also now know that he's also the owner of the weapon that was fired. So the shells that was in Matthew's car matched Mum's gun.
Yes.
So she has been charged for both. I don't know the exact wording on the charges, but I know she has been charged for both.
It wasn't accessory, Kaz.
Yeah, the first one was tampering with evidence, but I'd have to wait till I get to the other wording for the gun. Definitely a family business.
You guys ready? Okay. Ready? Okay. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. We're going to provide you with an update on the Savannah Soto and Matthew Guetta case. First and foremost, once again, SAPD wants to extend our condolences to the family of Savannah and Matthew. Today, as you saw, we just made another arrest. This is the third arrest in this case. Just to recap, back on December 23rd, Leon Valley PD reported that Savannah and Matthew Guetta were reported missing to their jurisdiction. On December 26th, SAPD officers received a call for a disturbance. When those officers made that location, they discovered the bodies of Savannah Soto and Matthew Guetta. They were found deceased in their vehicle, the Kia Optima, that had also been reported missing. Since then, our homicide unit has done an outstanding job in following this case. They followed every lead. They were able to get surveillance video, which led them to these arrests that were made. On January 3rd, we made two arrests, 19-year-old Christopher Preciado and 53-year-old Ramon Preciado. There was a lot of information on social media that there was a third individual involved. Our homicide detectives were aware of that. However, we were looking for enough probable cause to make that arrest and to present the best case forward to the DA's office. Today, that happened. They were able to develop enough of exactly what the relationship is, but maybe a stepmother to Christopher, 19-year-old Christopher. She is being charged with 3 felonies. The first one being alter, destroy, conceal a human corpse, which is a second-degree felony. She's also being charged with abuse of corpse, which is a state jail felony, and a third charge, tampering with evidence. Through our forensic unit, we were able to develop information from surveillance video that shows Miss Romanos involved the night of the murder. That video surveillance shows her at the home right after the murders.
Is that froze?
Me, no. I just had to go
No,
put
I
the
think
keys.
I froze and the video's froze. Hang on, I'm just gonna. One moment, please. It's technical. Yeah, my computer's froze up again. Can you all still hear us? I know I'm.
Yeah, can you still hear us? Oh, it's just me. Put a 1 inch. You can wait. What? If anyone can hear us, let us know in chat. Kaz, can you hear us? You're right, it doesn't add up, Julie. Okay, cool. You can still hear us, Kaz. Okay, you can still hear us. I'm not sure where Aussie is. She's probably just resetting. Yeah, so I thought it was interesting that the is it the PCA? Oh, the affidavit mentions specifically that. Oh, cool. Your computer's froze. Okay, so you're just resetting it. Cool. Aussie's just resetting the computer, guys. So she'll be back in a second. Don't know whether to mention this because Aussie's just about to bring it when she comes back, is about to go over it. But yeah, it was something really interesting in Murta, or is it Murta or Mara? Christopher's mum. Anyways, PCA. But yeah, I won't say what until Aussie's gone over it. But I mentioned it to her yesterday. I found it interesting that if she'd.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're back! Yay! I was trying not to go into spoiler territory.
That's all right. I was, because we're on school holidays, so all my kids are home, so they're all just. Now I've got to find the right presentation. So yeah, all my kids are home and my granddaughter. So everyone's using that. Whereas usually I would get on in the day and they're not here. Okay, I'm just finding the file again. Actually, no, that's not it. Hang on. Oh, I went to remove the video and remove you.
I wonder if maybe it'll help if I go backstage while you play the video. I don't know. Would that help? Maybe.
No, we were just about near the end of it anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn my camera up so it doesn't draw as much.
Good.
Okay.
Oh, this is where she started. Hi, Mark. How are you?
Hey, Mark.
You guys ready? Okay.
Almost ready.
Ready? Okay. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. We're going to provide you with an update on the Savannah Soto and 𝔦𝔱 case. First and foremost, once again, SAPD wants to extend our condolences to the family of Savannah and Matthew. Today, as you saw, we just made another arrest. This is the third arrest in this case. Just to recap, back on December 23rd, Leon Valley PD reported that Savannah and Matthew were reported missing to their jurisdiction. On December 26th, SAPD officers received a call for a disturbance. When those officers made that location, they discovered the bodies of Savannah Soto and Matthew Guetta. They were found deceased in their vehicle, the Kia Optima, that had also been reported missing. Since then, our homicide unit has done an outstanding job in following this case. They followed every lead. They were able to get surveillance video, which led them to these arrests that were made. On January 3rd, we made 2 arrests, 19-year-old Christopher Preciado and 53-year-old Ramon Preciado. There was a lot of information on social media that there was a 3rd individual involved. Our homicide detectives were aware of that. However, we were looking for enough probable cause to make that arrest and to present the best case forward to the DA's office. Today, that happened. They were able to develop enough of exactly what the relationship is, but maybe a stepmother to Christopher, 19-year-old Christopher. She is being charged with 3 felonies. The first one being alter, destroy, conceal a human corpse, which is a 2nd-degree felony. She's also being charged with abuse of corpse, which is a state jail felony, and a 3rd charge, tampering with evidence. Through our forensic unit, we were able to develop information from surveillance video that shows Miss Romanos involved the night of the murder. That video surveillance shows her at the home right after the murders, and she was seen on video surveillance leaving in that black truck that we all saw on the surveillance video, and then returning to her home with Christopher and Ramon in that truck. At this time, I'll take any questions that you might have.
It was her weapon, right?
Excuse me?
They matched her weapon to the ballistics?
Right. That tampering with evidence, from what we understand, she stated that was her gun. So we do know that that was her weapon.
And do they believe they were killed in that home? And what was the mother, the stepmom's role in allegedly in the murders?
I'm not sure exactly where. We haven't released any of that information. I'm not sure what the circumstances were. But we do know she was involved in helping get rid of the evidence concerning those bodies.
On the 3rd, you guys were under the impression that there were only 2 suspects, or had said that there were 2 suspects that were arrested?
No, our homicide detectives were aware early on in the investigation that there wasn't a 3rd person involved. We know that from the video surveillance when there is that towel that everyone's talked about being thrown. At that time, we just didn't have enough evidence to say that that was Miss
I'm not so
Romanos.
sure I
But like I
believe
said, since then, they've developed enough evidence from surveillance video from the home showing her leaving with the 2. She gets into that truck, and then when they return to the home, it's her, Christopher, and Ramon in that truck.
Had she called you guys in the past week to come to the house at all? Because I know there's been some reports of vandalism there.
I'm not aware of any of that.
As of right now, are you under the impression there are any more suspects?
At this time, we're confident that there's no more suspects. At this time, we're confident that these were the 3 individuals that were involved in this case.
Do you believe this is connected somehow to a larger ring or crime ring or anything like that?
No, we don't have any information to lead us to believe that. We do know that there was, I guess, a transaction earlier in that night. What happened and transpired was Matthew Guetta and Savannah were killed.
Excuse me, were you hoping to fix those?
I don't.
So you guys still don't know where they were killed, like if it was at home or somewhere else?
Julie?
We believe it was in that area, right near their home.
Did you want to say something?
Yeah, Julie just said what? Wait, it was whose weapon? Do you want to answer
So
that?
it was Mum's. There was, like, it's still being thrown around whether it's actually Mum or whether it's stepmum. But MacJay said at the start it's Mum to one, stepmum to another. We're not sure, but the weapon was hers. And another thing I just want to throw in there that I found really funny when I first watched this is they couldn't charge her at the start when they took Christopher and Ramon because they didn't have enough evidence. But with the warrant from when they took Christopher and Ramon, they had doing the search warrant for the house, it was actually their own surveillance footage, like surveillance cameras on their house, that caught Mum and Ramon leaving together to go, and then Mum, Ramon, and Christopher coming back. So they were actually caught, and they got the evidence off their own surveillance camera. So, found that absolutely hilarious. That your own surveillance camera will give you up.
Yep.
I don't think there's much more of this.
How cooperative was she? I know there was a search warrant that was issued a few days ago. There was a search warrant, so they had the authority to go into that home. I don't believe she said much.
What happened to the towel?
I don't have that information. Any other questions?
Did she confess today?
No, Julie, it wasn't Matthew's. As far as I know, they still haven't found Matthew's weapon. He didn't have it in the car with him, but the shell casings that were in the car matched Mum's weapon.
She wasn't cooperative today. Thank you, guys.
So she's the stepmother, right?
So there's Mum. And I think they actually took her quite early because she was still in what looked like her pajama pants when they arrested her, and it was quite early in the morning. So I think they've gone through, got the evidence from the surveillance camera.
Did you see? I screen capped it. I think it's gone now. But there's someone actually got a photo of her being taken into the police, like
The one
car
that's sitting on the
from
bench.
house.
Oh
No.
no, that might have been Carlos.
Yeah.
Was that Carlos? I think I have his Instagram. Once we finish with the presentation, we'll go and have a look at his Instagram and see what videos he's putting up. He's only been there for 7 months.
I'll duck into Facebook and see if I shouldn't drop off, so just hang on.
That's all right. If you do, I'll bring you back. It is, Julian. As we said at the start, they're now talking about a fourth person. I don't know where the fourth person comes. And there is some people talking about maybe it was Mum who was behind it all. Christopher spilled a lot of BS, blaming Matthew for having the gun. I know, and that's, do you mean what we were saying before? We're looking at a 4-minute period. So what, in that 4 minutes, Matthew went and got Mum's weapon, Christopher's mum's weapon, and pointed it at it. Just doesn't add up. She looks like Chris. She does. Carlos is the neighbor that has been putting a lot of videos out. He also mentioned Dad having a girlfriend, so I don't even know, do you know what I mean, where it is, because we've heard she's, in some reports she's stepmom, in other reports she's mum. There is 2 boys. There is another son as well. So maybe she's mum to one, stepmom to the other. Woman doesn't left. I know, she had on Ozzy Osbourne.
I just sent you 2 images. One of the FBI taking someone into a car, and also the photo of the surveillance camera that actually caught them, apparently.
Did you send it to someone else? Did it come through an else?
No, I sent it. Didn't I thought I sent it through you on Facebook. Let me see. Okay, that's weird. It may have been sent to someone else by mistake. Whoops.
I'm like, oh no.
Why are you
Maybe
sending
that'll-
crime photos to me is probably what they're going to do. Sending. Sending. I'll just leave the tab open. So I don't know when it'll arrive.
Okay. When it does, I'll have a look. Okay, so here's mum arrested. Now, as I said, we do have 2 affidavits, so we will go through both. And I'm sure they'll tell us. So this is the affidavit of a arrest warrant. This is the first one that came out when the day she was charged. Victim in this case has been identified as Savannah, date of birth August 2005, hereby referred to as victim 1. A victim in this case has been identified as Matthew, date of birth October 2001, hereby referred to as victim 2. Someone helped Chris that night, and I think his parents came to help him. Sorry, I'm trying to read it. Someone helped Chris that night, and I think his parents came to help him ditch the bodies.
Wait, what? Traitor? Did I miss something?
I don't know.
Kaz,
because you're sending messages to other people.
Oh.
Makes you wonder, though, was it the other brother? Because as I said, there is another brother as well. He's the only family member that hasn't been arrested. The other brother does look like Chris, but with short hair. He doesn't have the long hair. Okay. An act in this case has been identified as 𝔱𝔦𝔪𝔢 Ramos, date of birth August 1976, hereby referred to as the defendant. Said defendant is further identified as SAPD, computer file SID 563871. It is belief of your affidavit that the offence of PC 3709, tampering with evidence, was committed on or about the 21st of December 2003, Baxter County, Texas. Your offendant has probable cause for said belief by reason of the following facts. So on December 23rd, 2023, Leon Valley Police received a call from a missing persons report. Family of the missing person stated that she was supposed to be induced. So that's everything that we heard before. Further investigation found that the female and boyfriend were not responding to phone calls. Their whereabouts was unknown. December 26, a resident of 5903 Denny. So that's just them calling in the car. So that's basically exactly the same as what I've just read before. So going to the next one. Antonio police were contacted. Your offender made the location. Upon arrival of the location, your offendant observed the vehicle. The vehicle was the 2013. I'm just trying to see what's different in this one. A search warrant was requested to enter the vehicle. Could be conducted. While waiting for the search warrant, your offendant spoke to the families. When the search warrant arrived, during further investigation, the offendant found the video surveillance approximately. Okay. This is basically exactly what I've read the first time.
Yep. Up until you reach like.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find her actual bit. Christopher was read his Miranda rights. Okay. On January 4th, 2024, your offendant spoke to 𝔦𝔱 Ramos. 𝔦𝔱 stated that on the night of the incident, she was at her residence, 5735 Charlie Chang Drive, so she does live there, with Raymond and Christopher. 𝔦𝔱 could not recall the events of the night and stated that she thought she was sleeping. Now, I do got to say, we're only talking about a week. We're not talking about something that happened a year ago. It was, do you mean a couple of nights ago? During the search of Myrtle's residence, Myrtle's bedroom door was locked. Homicide detectives inquired about unlocking the door, and Myrtle provided the key to unlock the door. Myrtle stated that she kept her door locked and was the only person to have the key to the room. During the search of the room, a firearm later forensically matched to the shell casings recovered in the victim's vehicle was found concealed in the room. During Myrtle's interview, Myrtle was questioned about the recovery of the firearm. Myrtle claimed that the firearm was hers and it was given to her by a family member. On January 5th, 2024, your offendant was notified that the firearm recovered in the closet of Myrtle's forensically matched the shell casing recovered in the victim's vehicle. Due to the statements made by Myrtle intentionally concealed the firearm in an attempt to impair its availability as evidence during the investigation. Your offendant has reason to believe and does believe the said defendant, 𝔦𝔱 Ramos, on or about the 21st of December 2023 in Baxter County, concealed evidence in an attempt to impair its availability as evidence during the investigation in violation of Section 3709 of the Penal Code, the state of Texas. One thing I've got to say that's interesting there is the fact that she had, as she said, that she had the key to the door that was locked. So again, how did even Christopher get the weapon if she was the only one that had the key to the door?
Exactly. Another thing I thought interesting is if the fact the door was locked in the first place, like if law enforcement had come and the door wasn't locked, could they have made the same charge of deliberately concealing evidence stick if she'd just left the door open? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But then they still had her, Jim, and they still got the surveillance camera of her leaving on the night with Raymond and coming back with Raymond and Christopher.
That's true.
Do you read my message above? The one, someone helped Chris out, and I think the parents came to help him ditch the bodies. Is that the one?
Ooh.
Jill said, did we read it? I don't think it was his parents. Yes, someone helped Chris.
Maybe Annalisa? I don't know.
Oh my God, she's still posting that chick.
No, really?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is the arrest warrant that you just sent me this morning.
Yeah. It only came out very late last night. our time.
Okay. So we'll see what's different. The case has been identified as Myrta Ramos, hereby known as the defendant. Okay, your defendant has probable cause for said belief by reasons of the following. On December 23rd. So I think this is all the same again. The family advice. Not get hold of the female. So go to the second page. I'm just quickly reading over to see where it's different. It was recently searched. So on August 4th, 2024, your defendant spoke to Myrta. Myrta stated that on the night of the incident, she was at her residence, and Raymond and Christopher. Myrta could not recall the events of the night and stated that she thought she was sleeping. Myrta denied knowing about the incident and denied being in Raymond's vehicle at 5903 Denny K Drive. Further investigation led to surveillance videos being recovered from the defendant's residence. In the surveillance video, Myrta could be seen leaving her residence with Raymond on the night of the incident, and Raymond and Myrta entered Raymond's vehicle and departed from the residence. Several minutes later, Raymond's vehicle entered the driveway of the residence. Christopher, Raymond, and Myrtle could be all observed exiting the vehicle and entering their residence. The times observed collaborate with the timing of the events already known and shown that Myrta was with Raymond when he relocated to 5903 Denny K Drive to meet with Christopher. Your defendant has reason to believe and does believe that said defendant, Myrta, on or about the 21st of December 2023 in Baxter County, Texas, knowingly concealed a human corpse with the intention to impair its availability as evidence in an investigation in violation of Section 3709. So it was adding the bit about the surveillance camera.
Yep.
Am I missing? I think I'm missing that page. And I just got to pull up that page. I didn't have that one pulled up. So the defendant found that the vehicle had recently searched the street of Charlie Chang Drive due to your defendant's knowledge of the crime scene. Your defendant was aware that Charlie Chang Drive was a couple of blocks away from the victim's vehicle recovery location. Your defendant was able to discover that the victim's vehicle pinged the vehicle did not start moving again until 23. So it pinged at 2350, did not start moving again until 2354. The vehicle that traveled to 5903 Denny K Drive, where the victims and their vehicle was discovered on December 26, 2023. Your friend conducted the computer research and was able to locate a vehicle that looked. So that's everything that we've had before. Your friend and spoke to Rain, and yeah. So it's the same. They're just redacting the address on this one.
Well, I don't know why, but
yeah. And then it goes to the last page. Well, thankfully, this one is dated 2024. So it was the 10th of February, 2024. So they'd finally caught on that it was. Now, I'm going to have a look what you sent me.
Yeah, the surveillance camera is the same camera purportedly that the footage of the truck was caught with. I don't know if it's true or not.
So it says here, see, can you see it? Yep.
Yeah.
See, TV surveillance is attached to one of the buildings on the backside of the apartment complex where the car drove to the meeting with the truck. The police didn't release this camera footage. It was working. Matthew and Savannah was found in the area where the finger is pointing in the photo. When Christopher got back into the truck and they left, they have had to come near this camera and exit out. Also, the store in front of the apartment where this camera is attached have cameras too. So it's a surveillance camera that caught them when they were meeting up. Is it? No, where the vehicle was found.
Yeah, I just saw that and sort of screen capped it. But
yeah, like where the person's standing would have been where they met the first time, and they've literally gone around the apartments, and where they're pointing to is where the car was found. Not sure the cops. I'm just reading one of the messages underneath it. I'm not sure that the law enforcement have all security footage from the place. They only need it to release the one video. And that's true. They would have only released what they had to. Savannah Soto update. Just in FBI. A female in. So that was when they were taking mum in. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, stop sharing. I'll quickly just see if I did have Carlos's. So it was his TikTok, not his Instagram.
I thought he'd taken it down now or something. I don't know.
His whole account's gone.
It's gone?
His whole account's gone.
Oh, wow.
Couldn't find this account. So the whole, Carlos has deleted his whole account.
Damn.
It is going to be an interesting trial. And as I said, they are still now talking maybe about a fourth person. So if we do get evidence of a fourth person, we'll definitely be back with that information.
We will.
We will keep following it as it goes as well. Do you want to let them know, MacJay, what our next case we're going to deep dive into?
Yes. We are going to look into the Gypsy Rose case. I believe that's the one you mean, right? Or did you mean what?
No, Gypsy Rose. So we know everyone's talking about it again because she has been released from prison. But one thing, well, I know I can speak for myself, but MacJay as well, we can't stand that she has got instant fame out of this.
Oh
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? What she's done. So over the next couple of weeks, we're going to deep dive and pull apart Gypsy's case. So we hope you will all join us for that. I'm just going to
Yes.
mute myself for a minute because I want to give out some memberships. I'll be just a couple of minutes. You can talk to them.
Okay. Well, guys, so yeah, we're going to talk about some Gypsy Rose. Like, you know, she unalived her mother, and her mother had Munchausen and all this sort of stuff. My opinion is she's on the case is she should still be in prison. Like, I'm not saying her mother, what her mother did was right, but it's just that you see her text messages and the planning that went into it from her. That's not good. That's a very dangerous person. And she's being taught how to lie and manipulate her whole life. And that's all she knows yet. Very dangerous person, and I'm not buying this whole I don't know, this whole she didn't want to unalive her mother thing, especially in the Lifetime docu-series, which, by the way, if you're in Australia, there is a way to watch it. It's just not, well, if not well, there's a way to watch the docu-series, but just ask Leah or go to the group maybe, and I'll leave a link if you haven't seen it.
Yeah. I use Flexi, so I have a site that I pay for. I think I pay like $15 a month, but it gives us all American shows. I had all of them on there. I think there was 6 all up. Hang on, I'll just...
Oh, you don't like Gypsy either, Mark? That's interesting. I didn't know. I knew of the case, but I haven't looked at it for a while, and then it came up on the feed, or
yeah.
And I'm like, and then I saw the Facebook groups, I think, and I'm like, she's all like this, and I'm like, seriously, why are we giving this person any attention at all? You know,
it's crazy.
Oh, and the money she's making from it, like selling books and stuff. I mean, what you conspired and planned with another person who, by the way, was 32 and she was what, 20? That's a pretty ick on its own. But
there you go. Julie said she Googled it, and Gypsy's net worth right now is $3 million.
See, that's wrong.
And that is crazy.
That
absolutely
is wrong,
crazy.
in my opinion. It should go to charities, or to paying charities back for her mother's fraud.
So Kaz says Gypsy Rose very controversial, profiting from crime, should be a big no-no. Chappelle Corby suffered more for less. Yeah.
Exactly.
And the thing is, she is doing what she knows. Her mother taught her, do you know what I mean, to basically abuse people for money. So she has shown that she hasn't learnt much while she's been in prison for 8 years. My fear, and I think I said this to MacJay earlier, either today or yesterday, because we've been talking about Gypsy for a couple of days. The boyfriend looks so much like, or husband, I should say, looks so much like mum. And as we know the story, do you know what I mean, mum?
Yeah.
she done what she did to the mum because the mum had her trapped in the life. So what happens when she feels trapped from the husband? Is she going to jump online and conspire someone else to do something to the husband? Do you know what I mean? It's all out there.
Yeah.
She's
and also
saying,
the
look,
did you you've seen all the Lifetime episodes, have you? Yeah. Do you know how I think it's the second episode 5 or 6 how Gypsy's telling her fiance about how she had a dream that she cheated on him with, or went back to her former fiance, and he got all angry and stuff. Yeah, I wonder about that, if that's not a sort of a red flag on its own.
Well, she done that when the crime first happened with Nick, who was the one who pulled off, do you mean the passing with Dee Dee? But when they left, before they actually left, like the whole area, she actually asked Nick, could she, before Nick came, Dee Dee and that Phil, they were friends with one of their neighbours, and their neighbours was in Comic-Cons. And Gypsy and Dee Dee went to one of these Comic-Cons. Do you mean Gypsy was dressed up in her wheelchair? And she actually went missing on that night. And Dee Dee found her up in like a hotel room with one of the neighbour guy or whoever he was. And Gypsy was trying to have sexual relationships with the man. Now, after what happened with Dee Dee, they've left, and her and Nick went to a motel room, and she actually asked Nick, before they left to go back to Nick's house on the bus, could she spend the night with this man? And it was the man from the Comic-Con.
Oh,
so, you know what I mean? It doesn't, that's how far we're going to go back. I'm going to go back and get all of it, and we're going to do a big deep dive on it so we can learn everything. She's saying the book she wrote is for awareness to others like her.
Oh, please.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Dee Dee had Munchausen paroxy, or what it's called. I think that needs awareness. It does.
Oh, definitely. Just not by...
But I don't think she's the person to do it.
No, it shouldn't be her.
Hello, beautiful, sweet Misery. How are you, my darling?
Hey, sweet Misery.
I watched her testify at Nick's trial. A lot of weird stuff. We'll go through it all. I'll get them all out. And I've actually watched Jimmy, and I've followed Gypsy for a long time, but I never thought she'd get the reception that she's got now.
No,
and
it's sick.
Yeah. I know here in Australia you can't profit crime. So
exactly. I mean, it's sick. I hate it. Like, I got I've been blasted in a few comments section for saying that she should go back to prison.
Well,
or
you shouldn't be there for life.
Prison.
Do you mean Nick should be there for life?
Yeah, exactly. Like, or even one of those, those mental health prisons?
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of those very nice ones. I mean, to me, she hasn't changed at all.
No, money profit of such a crime should go towards victims' families. Exactly.
Exactly.
Of the same crime. I'm fused with this, and Nick has life. Just crazy to me. And the thing for me too is, do you know what I mean? She picked Nick because of his autism. And it's what scares me is my son, Johnny. I have 3 girls and 1 son. My son is autistic, very autistic, and he lives on his computer. So he would be a perfect victim for someone like that. So that's what scares me. I don't think my son would ever do something like that, but I'm sure Nick's mum wouldn't have thought that he would have done something like that. And the sad thing is, Nick's mum actually turned against Nick when he did it. So once the police took him, Nick's mum said, "No, that's it." He still spoke to his dad, and I do believe his mum passed a couple of years ago.
Yes,
but
she did.
she turned on
2021.
him. So that's it for today. We will start getting everything ready, and next week we'll start on gypsies, and we'll go through all of it, the trials. I'll go through and see what evidence I can pull. I think there is some crime scene photos out there. We'll get everything that we can.
We will.
And over the next couple of weeks, we'll start looking at gypsy. Thank you again, beautiful MacJay, for coming and helping me.
You're
I
welcome.
love doing cases with you. And I will see you all later. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Remember to hit thumbs up on your way out, and we'll see you next time.
We will. Take care, everyone.
There's too much that's going on, I don't know what to do. Paralyzed by options in this world, can't pick and choose. Yeah, everybody's life is on display, including you. Yeah, I feel every day is just the same, stuck in a loop. I need some variety, I'm sick of this anxiety. I'm sick of this society, they make us feel a rivalry. Compare ourselves to others, but we all got different mothers. We were raised in different structures, so we're different, it's no wonder, yeah. I just want a great life, something where I feel like I just didn't waste time. Something I look back and say that was a great time. Cause man, I just hate when the years pass by the wayside. Yeah, lost inside, and I need a little time to find who I am in this life. I will find a way to feel alive. I'm so lost inside. You better watch out now, I figured something out, what this whole life's about, yeah. It's not the goal, it's the journey, wasted emotion is worry. I'll stop being in a hurry, and I'll just enjoy what I'm doing. Keep pushing forward and moving, appreciate the improvement, yeah. I was so stuck on a goal, was losing sight of my soul. Need to enjoy getting old and be so present. I don't know if there's a heaven, but I know I wanna get in. And sometimes I feel a presence, energy in a direction, so I follow intuition. It took me to a musician, now I'm on a different mission, to help others with afflictions. Now I'm not lost inside, I finally have seemed to find who I am in this life, and I found a way to feel alive.